family. The cold never bothered me. The winters keep the bad people away. That's what Prince used to say about Minneapolis. That pandemic winter, I went a little overboard. I sat around injecting dope, coke, and speed and smoking weed all day. I actually watched every episode of Gilmore Girls, and I didn't even like it. Ditto Gossip Girl, but that one was more enjoyable. I lose stuff all the time. Phones, guitars, pencil sharpeners, gin and tonics, girlfriends, jewelry, bagels, tuners. You get the idea. I had all kinds of methods for keeping my wallet and me together. But when I arrived at the ferry parking lot on Palmer Avenue, it was missing. I'd had it when I checked out of the inn on the square that morning, so it disappeared somewhere along Main Street. I started freaking out because the wallet had my driver's license and a couple of debit cards. But I was really bumming when I remembered there was a photo of Keith Richards with Mick Jones at the Clash hanging by the pool in Ocho Rios that had been given to me by Keith's son, Marlon. I posted a message on Twitter asking people to keep an eye out for it. I'd recovered a wallet in Toronto that way and also got back a stolen 1967 country and western Gibson acoustic guitar, so I was feeling pretty good about the whole thing. In a matter of minutes, a guy named Mike Gelfie answered my SOS. He worked at Walgreens on Main Street. He wrote that someone had found my wallet and turned it in at the store. I went over to Walgreens, and sure enough, it was there, and nothing was missing. I was so grateful I played a few songs for Mike and the staff, and endured the gruesome chore of autographing Lemonhead candy boxes with a smile on my face. I hadn't planned on playing a set next to a rack of Utz potato chips at a Cape Cod Walgreens, but I was happy to do it. It was a way to say thank you. Mike recorded the performance and posted it on Twitter. By the time I got back to my trailer on the island, the video had been picked up by a few music websites. Most of the comments were positive. There are a few negative ones about me not wearing a mask and the usual jokers who expressed their surprise that I was still alive. The comments didn't bother me. What bothered me was how I looked, how I sounded. When I watched the video, I didn't see me. I didn't see Evan Dando, the musician. I saw Evan Dando, the heroin addict. I was trying very hard not to be that person. I didn't like that person. That winter, I decided I was done with heroin for good. That meant it was time to go. If I was going to finish writing my stories and composing my songs, I had to get off the island. I've been lost and found more times than I can count, but it was time to make a change. Magical thinking. I never would have become a musician if my dad hadn't left the family. The Lemonheads wouldn't have happened if I hadn't flunked my freshman year of high school. The Commonwealth School in Boston is a small, pricey, private school that is painfully academic. As the story goes, I was at Singing Beach in Manchester-by-the-Sea, Massachusetts, with my mother and my sister Holly, and my mother spotted a group of interesting-looking kids. She talked to them for a while and was so impressed that she asked them where they went to school. They said Commonwealth. There was just one rule at Commonwealth: no roller skating in the hallways. The founders didn't have anything against roller skating. It was a way to say, do what you want, just don't be an asshole. The school was started by Charles Merrill, Jr., the son of the founder of Merrill Lynch. His brother was the Pulitzer Prize-winning poet James Merrill. The Merrills had tons of dough at their disposal and plenty of connections. They created a private school in Boston's Back Bay that championed alternative learning. Commonwealth wasn't a private playground for rich kids. Over half the students were there on full scholarship. A big part of my high school education was being friends with people from all walks of life. My parents could afford it, and it was right around the corner from our apartment building. That meant I was always late for school. The farther you are from where you want to be, the more anxious you are to get there. But when you're close, you think you got it made. That's a lesson I've had to learn on more than one occasion. Once a week at 10 a.m. we had chapel. It was an elective, but you'd have to be less than a half-wit not to go. People like Buckminster Fuller, Seamus Heaney, Yo-Yo Ma, Mark Sands, Joseph Brodsky, and Peter Cameron, to name a few, came and spoke at chapel.
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.